with Mr. Goldstein or without Mr. Goldstein, I'll go to jail before I pay one dime to these people. I'll tell you that right now.
David Menzies for Rebel News here in Sarnia, Ontario. Well, folks, we continue to fight the fines via our fightthefines.com campaign. And today I'm going to bring you the story of Pat McHenry. This might just be the most egregious and baffling story that we have brought to you so far about a citizen getting an $880 ticket for, well, I don't know what for. Let's talk to Mr. McHenry and find out what happened earlier this month when law enforcement here in Sarnia gave him that big ticket.
I brought her out to do her business, and I was out here maybe 5 minutes, 6 minutes. I came back to the back door. I don't use the elevator because I don't want to run into any people, to the third floor. And I got to the third door. There were two policemen standing in front of my apartment with masks on, like yourself, and they had the ticket already made out. They whipped it out like Matt Dillon and handed it to me. $880. I was just outraged. I didn't go downtown Walmart. I didn't go downtown Sarnia. I didn't go anywhere. Just out here to this parking lot to let my dog do her business. As a matter of fact, if you and I were to go in the back door right now and we walk up to the third floor, I can guarantee you we won't run into anybody because they want to use the elevator, and I don't use the elevator. Okay. Just for the specific purpose of not running into anybody.
So in other words, you're by yourself,
by myself with the little dog.
With the little dog. You don't run into anybody here in the parking lot, nor in the stairwells.
Nobody.
So, Pat, the question arises: what was the crime?
I just think that it's the heavy hand of, especially our mayor here, our left-wing mayor here in Sarnia, who's a complete lunatic as far as I'm concerned, pushing this hysteria all over the place, all over our country. You can go to Walmart here in Sarnia right now. I've been there 3 times. You go in there, there's lots of people in there. They're trying to practice social distancing, but if they can do it there, they should be able to do it in every business in Canada. I mean, what is that crap? They got the whole damn place shut down.
And Pat, it should be noted that you returned from a vacation in Mexico in March. You went into quarantine. When did the quarantine period end exactly?
I got back on the 25th of March. 2 days before the quarantine was up, I got the ticket.
Okay. But even, as I understand it, even under the rules of quarantining, you're allowed to go, into your backyard. This is essentially your backyard because you live in a high-rise apartment building.
It's right there. Yes. I consider this my backyard. It's just for the tenants only. And I'm not the only person here that has a little dog. There are other people with dogs, but they usually use the front. I haven't seen anybody at the back. A couple times I've run into people out here at the back, but usually they don't come to the back. They go to the front out there.
Well, Pat, we certainly don't want an honest, hardworking, tax-paying citizen like you to go to jail, which is why we've reached out.
I'm 72 years old. If they want to throw me in jail, so be it.
Well, let's not go there. We have reached out, of course, to our audience to crowdfund cases like yours through our fightthefines.com website. I want to thank you for making time to speak with me. Like I said, we're reaching out to our beloved viewers to crowdfund your case. Sam Goldstein is a brilliant criminal lawyer based in Toronto.
And I appreciate it. I appreciate it just for the simple fact that I can't afford to have a lawyer, but if I had to go to court by myself, I'd still take them on. I might end up in jail for contempt for the way I talk or something, but I'll tell you what, I just think this is dead wrong, and I would tell any judge, I don't care who the judge is, that this is just stupid.
Well, folks, I'm now joined by our legal eagle extraordinaire. That would be Sam Goldstein. Sam, thank you again for joining me. What in the world do you make of the Pat McHenry case?
Well, the police have the discretion to withdraw and charge new offenses. But what I find interesting about the Quarantine Act now David, is that the Quarantine Act, as you may know, is a federal piece of legislation. And we heard it being invoked earlier this year when people were coming back from Wuhan, China, where the actual COVID pandemic came from. And they were being placed in, I think, CFRB Trenton in a quarantine facility. But the act also allows the Minister of Health to detain people in their own home for up to 14 days. And so I just finally was able to find the order in council. And it says that any person entering Canada must isolate themselves without delay in accordance with instructions provided by a screening officer or quarantine officer, and remain in isolation until the expiry of 14-day period that begins on the day to which the person enters Canada. Now, why I find this so interesting, and I read it to the audience, is because the law does not allow for any exceptions for people to go outside. And I think that is a violation of our charter. Charter rights of Section 7, that your life, liberty, and security of the person is at stake. So, I think we all appreciate as Canadian citizens that there is a problem, there's a health crisis, there's a pandemic, and we all want to do our bit. But at the same time, we want to flatten the curve, but we don't want to flatten our freedoms.
Well, folks, I decided to drop by Sarnia Police headquarters. I just wanted to get an idea of what the violation is. For the life of me, I just can't understand why a senior taking his 4-pound dog down a flight of steps and into a parking lot to relieve itself is a crime, and why that crime means paying $880. Now, I sent an email yesterday to the media relations officer here, never heard back. I just went in to the main entrance and was told no one was available to speak with me. So I kind of interpret that to mean, well, tell it to the judge. And you know something, folks? I personally can't wait for this one to go to trial because, again, there's crime and punishment, but for the life of me, like I said, what was the crime here? Yeah, we'll be telling it to the judge, all right, with the aid of Sam Goldstein. Can't wait. For Rebel News, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Hey folks, have you been fined in an egregious fashion thanks to these coronavirus measures? Well, if that is the case, please reach out to us here at Rebel News. Go to fightthefines.com, fightthefines.com, and if we think your case really needs to be defended, then we will defend it for you. We will pay your legal bills. And if you don't have a case, folks, and you're in a position to donate so that we can pay for those legal bills, once again, please go to fightthefines.com and make a donation. Thank you so very much.